The Sharks have another wonderful week. People are talking about believing on things now. Let's talk about it right now. This is a Pucknologist takeover.
Fucking best intro ever.
You heard him, folks. It is the best intro ever. Welcome to episode 254 of the Pucknologists here on Teal USA. It's a Pucknologist takeover, and it is an unfiltered, unedited, commercial-free podcast. So if you want to be part of the show, chat with us and fellow hockey fans all over the world in Sharks territory. We welcome those of you in Boston because Mike Greer does the same thing. You can interact with us through the socials. Felix Stick taps on the gifting tonight on the Twitter, Blue Sky, and Threads. You can find everything at tealtownusa.com. You want to support the show, keep the lights on for us. We appreciate that. You can hit us up on Venmo at tealtownusa, or if you're watching us live right now, you can hit us up at the Superchat. Yes, it is a Pucknologist takeover. Yours truly, along with Mr. AJ Strong.
What up?
That was a fun game, man. It got a little scary at the end.
No, it was a fun game. And this is going to be probably a theme for tonight's episode, but I cannot get enough. I'm going to be singing it a lot tonight. Look at this Colin Graf.
Yeah, dude.
My man. Man.
I see everybody talking about the great win so far. But as always, when it being a Pucknologist takeover, we review the game that just took place as the Sharks finish a back-to-back home game set up, this time against the Boston Bruins and their new head coach, Marco Sturm. Yeah, our guy, I think for both of us, I think we were both expecting to get the Sharks job, but nonetheless.
I don't know about expecting, certainly hopeful.
Hopeful, okay. Well, my bad on that. Let's get to it, shall we? I thought for a team that played about 24 hours ago, they looked pretty sharp early on. And of course, Muka Madulin with his first of the season, thanks to help with the Bruins defender stick getting in the way to make it beat Swayman. But
the Bruins didn't play yesterday, right?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Yeah, so I mean that's pretty impressive. The fact that the Bruins had yesterday off, and yeah, okay, Sharks played yesterday at like lunchtime.
Yep.
So, and based on the way that game went, kind of we'll get to it. Look, I'm very happy with the way this game turned out, but there's pretty much one name that I'm just going to keep saying throughout all of this show, and that name is Yaroslav Askarov. Dude, saved 33 of 34.
Right? I mean, fantastic showing again.
Yeah, I mean, just like, holy crap, I cannot say it enough. I was looking at him in the month of October going, I don't see it. I don't understand what all the hype is about. And then that calendar flipped to November. He's playing it. He's taking that extra second before he goes down in the butterfly. He's staying a little more vertically, a little more longer. He's getting better looks side to side. He is seeing the puck come in. He's getting a better view of how it's going to come in, and he's making those saves this month that he wasn't making last month. And now I'm sitting there going, this is the guy. So if I remember correctly, saw something that came across my phone earlier that he set a record for San Jose Sharks goalies that has never happened before.
Oh, wow.
So I'm sitting there going, like has the best save percentage at 32 years? Kidding me?
It's
Now, granted, Steve Shields did not put the bar very high,
yeah.
but to set that for a month, like, whoo, and just that this kid is 23 years old. Oh my God.
It's gonna be quite interesting when this team peaks and they all need new deals, my dude.
I don't even know that, dude. That's the only thing I'm kind of worried about Ascroft. Oh my God, he's going to get the Carey Price deal.
Right.
You know,
We need to get to a super chat. We got a couple of them here.
send it.
Maggot of Slipknot. Thank you very, very much. $50 super chat. Going to work tomorrow, hungover at the lumberyard. See you all then.
Dude, you talk about sporting
Let's go
some
ask
lumber. That's me watching Ascroft. I'm sporting some lumber. I've got some wood, baby.
And you didn't even score 4 goals, my dude. All right.
Not yet.
Woo, that's true. That's true. Ruben, our good friend Ruben, $4.99 super chat. Askey's mask is a paid actor for the amount of times it's fallen off in the last couple of games.
Dude, I will say he is kind of acted a little Marty Turco there. Where that shit's just flipping off. That shit is coming off a little too easy. That's the one thing that I will say that I feel like opposing team fans could go, you know, hey, Askey, that shit's coming off a little too easy, because I know I would be saying that, but you know what? Hey, the save percentage is still there, bitches. He's not throwing that off with a 861. He's throwing that off with a 970.
Yeah.
So, you know, suck it, haters.
And but it does remind me, or see if you remember it, of Dwayne Rollison in 06. That mask, I don't know if he could just, it was like he did the little, not to age myself, the little bewitched twitch on his head, and it magically came off when he go, oh God, they're shooting so many shots at me. I can't
feel like there was anybody that was wearing an Oilers jersey at that point.
Fuck. It just drove me nuts. So I am like, you know, getting tired of it early. Askey, be careful, because you do not, because I would hate for something to happen where they let his mask keep playing and then a goal goes in and everybody goes WTF on there.
Yeah.
So
either way, dude, starts off with, you know, it started off a little slow. I kind of felt like both teams were kind of feeling each other out, giving each other a little bit of a reach around, but then boom, Muka Madulin finally getting his first of the season. Waiting on that for I don't know how long.
Right.
Ferraro and Goody getting some helpers. But, oh, my God, I was like, okay, there we go. That's all I've been waiting on. The fact that Klingberg finally gets his second scratch, and I'm like, yeah, scratch him all the way to the waiver list. Please do that. But through the first period, Sharks up 1-0. But the fact that Mook is the one that gets him on the board, I'm like, this is the thing that I've really enjoyed over the last 10 to 12 games for the San Jose Sharks in the month of November is, yes, there has been a couple games, hello Utah, where Celebrini goes, fuck this, just everybody get on my back, bitches, I will get us to the promised land. But tonight was not one of those, and that's what I appreciated, the fact that Muka Madulin is one of the few that gets on the score sheet, but gets them there first. One of the rare times that the Sharks score first.
Yep.
And how many times last season did we see the Sharks score first and not be able to hold on to that lead and get the win at the end? So I love that.
Yep.
And after one period, you're sitting there going, well, you know, look at that, 3 penalties for Boston or for the Sharks. Or I'm sorry, what was it? No, it's
so there was one penalty here. I think you're talking about this sequence where Askarov makes like this great save here.
Oh my God,
which was great on Pasta, and then Orlov's beautiful hip check. I haven't seen this in years.
That was Kyle McLaren-esque.
Oh, very much so. And then the balls from Ty Dellandrea.
Oh, that was some Tomas Hertelness right there.
Right. and he gets a penalty. And what does that do? It sets up Celebrini to get, another goal. I mean, and beautiful.
But in
beautiful,
the second period, yes.
Yeah, in the second period, excuse me. Sorry, my bad. But to have that, and I love the traffic with Wenberg contributing the way. No way Swayman sees that. And I mean, 2-0. I was losing my mind. I'm watching this with Puck Mom and her boyfriend, and they're just loving it. At the same time, we went from the first period where they're trying to figure out how to pronounce Mukabadillan's last name to third period. It's like, oh, that's Mook.
But it was also one of the few times, sadly, because where are we at now? 21 games in?
22, if I'm not mistaken.
And so over a quarter of the way into the season, and I think it's maybe the fourth, maybe the fifth period that the Sharks have played over that many games where they actually outshot their opponent. So 12-10 in the first period for San Jose, looking at the stats here. The other thing that you like to see, the Sharks 1 for 6 on the power play. You would like it to be a little bit better than that, but 3 for 3 on the kill. So they won the special teams battle. Not only did they draw twice as many that they gave up, but they scored one on there. You got to love that. Those are some key ones. The ones that I'm not really liking, and this is something that I think over the course of the week, this would be one of my stock downs, is the face-off wins, especially Macklin. Brother, we love you, but dude, tonight 22% in the dot, 2 for 9. You are better than that, good sir.
Yeah, and I know Ottawa's like one of the top teams.
Ottawa,
excuse me. Ottawa is one of the top teams that can just destroy you. I think it was like 60-something% yesterday, but we'll get to that. And funny enough, if you're looking at the stats, dead even on faceoffs for this game, which is crazy.
That was bizarre. But Will Smith, 1 for 4. So like a couple of the guys that you're going to count on is going to do that. But in the weird thing, like a couple weeks ago, I want to say it was like Wenberg started off 0 for 4 and then went 9 for his next 12.
And I remember you tweeting out, I was like, oh man, come on. Put him on the wing or something. Yeah, and Wenberg 50%, Delandria over 77%, and Gaudette perfect. I think he only had 1, but I mean, still,
Kurashev 0 for 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like it, and especially, and the only thing that bums me out when I look at those stats, and it's like, okay, I need to do a better job of writing this shit down. The thing that bums me out when they throw up those stats about face-off numbers is they have like power play time on ice, shorthanded time on ice, right? They need to have defensive face-offs, offensive face-offs. Like if, let's just say Celebrini today goes 2 for 9. Well, what if those 2 that he got were in the offensive zone on the power play?
Right.
That's huge. So I would like to see the NHL do a better job of that. But anyway.
No, I get you.
Look, and I was waiting for fucking to hear that goddamn Sandstorm song in the last 5 minutes.
But, you didn't get it tonight, though.
No, I'm surprised. And maybe that's because I kind of made fun of them this week on that. But look, they take away another 2 points from a team that has a winning record, which is what you want to see. And Nedeljevic, we'll get to it, not the best yesterday, but
sure.
How did the Sharks do this week? Did they go 3 for 4?
3 for 4.
Okay, then. So if you can, keep that percentage up, and can we stop it's, last time I looked at my calendar, not even Thanksgiving, and we got people popping off about playoffs.
We'll get to that. But
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Wait till the very least Valentine's Day, more likely St. Patty's. Stop with the playoffs.
I get it. Sharkaholic 12 with the $5 super chat. At least we got an empty netter this time, if you know what I mean.
I will absolutely take it. And you know what? If Graf hits that every game, I'm down with it. But how many points did Celebrini net tonight? Boom, another 2. Thank you.
Yeah, another awesome.
This kid's going to have 125 points by the end of the season.
33. He's second in the league right now. I mean, if you're Team Canada, how are you not?
Not only that, but if you're Wyszynski, like trying to say that your bold prediction is, I think he's going to get 90. Way to go out on the limb there, Wyszynski. Good job, Greg.
Now, is it 90 by February?
No.
By March?
No.
I mean, just say.
No.
But I mean, I mean, honestly, we have never seen a teenager put up numbers like this in a Teal uniform at all, and it's just
crafty koala in the chat. Who's more snake bitten, Eki or Tough? You know what? I'm going to say Eki because I feel like, and I've seen this from multiple people on social media. A lot of people are saying that they feel like Toff is battling something.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, let me see if I can figure out a nice way to put this. Get off the fucking ice. Like, if you're dealing with, and this is something that Jerk and I used to go down the rabbit hole on. If you're dealing with something, if you're injured, if you're like, well, I'm 90%. I don't care if you're 95%, 80%, 76%. I don't know. Get off the fucking ice if you're not 100%. It's not like there's not guys behind you that can give you a spell that make sure that you get back to where you need to be, because we all love the sleepover line. Yeah. Smitty, Selly, and Toff, Uncle Toff, come on, you ran that line. If you're not feeling it to where you're getting relegated to the third line, get the fuck out of here. Take a day, take a couple games, get better, and allow somebody else to maybe shine a little bit. But stop taking away ice time from somebody else because I'm kind of okay. No, get the fuck out of here. And I see somebody saying opens a spot for Misa. Misa's in a fucking walking boot. He ain't going anywhere. He's not going to get on the ice anytime soon. Who's the other cat who's in a walking boot right now?
Skinner, but he's close. He might be back he could be back this week.
I don't give a shit. So. Skinner, Misa, Toff. If you're injured or what, get the fuck out of here. Let somebody else come up for a game or two. I don't ever want to see a guy come on the ice who's at 80 or 85% or what. No. Get your ass off, be 100% healthy, and come back. Right. It's not as if this isn't 3 years ago where the pipeline was shit. Was total garbage.
Right.
There are pieces that, whether it's Musty or Beastdead or Chernyshov or Cardwell, whoever, there are people that can come in, make the jump. So, get off the ice if you're not 100.
No, I get it. And maybe that's the thing, too. Maybe he realizes, well, there are all these guys with the CUDA right now.
Be a team player. I don't give a fuck.
No. And I get it.
If someone's better than you, then be better than them.
Yeah. And maybe that's the hunger for it. And maybe that's why he's out there battling. Who knows? But I digress. Isaac Yo, $4.99 super chat. I'm sipping the Kool-Aid. Got a signed rookie card of Salami as a Christmas gift to myself. Mrs. Approved, y'all.
All right, is there anything else more for tonight's game?
Honestly, we talked about Askarov. Great performance all around. And
fucking Askarov, god damn,
God, yeah,
this fucking guy
hung on for the 3-1 win with Graf getting the empty netter. We'll be gushing about him a little bit later on. That being said, I think we need to go through the week that was in Sharks hockey, and it was a pretty decent one. Go ahead.
What did Big Bird say here? What is this? You probably know that another thumbnail had a lot of people waiting for the show. I don't know about a different thumbnail. You know what our problem was? We didn't take that one hyperbolic adjective and make it in all caps. That's what we should have done. Then we'll get everybody to watch.
Oh my gosh. I thought I was
You know.
creative.
No,
Oh,
no,
well.
no. You're not nearly as creative as other people where they sit there and go, the Sharks shattered the hopes of this other team. The Sharks had an epic comeback for the, no. You have to choose that one hyperbolic word, make it all caps, and then that's how you get everybody to watch.
I getcha. All right.
Jesus Christ.
Just like the team, I have to be better and
We
keep
all have to be better, baby.
and Isaac say the thumbnail should have been AJ pointing at Askarov going with the
Oh. Hell yeah. Somebody, boom, right there, screen cap that.
Wait,
That'll be next week's. Oh,
it's just blown.
Yeah,
All right, there you go. Yep. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, I see what
Oh,
happened.
no.
I see what's going on here.
What happened?
Oh, it duplicated last week's. I see why. Okay. I'm going to have to let you talk for a couple to fix up something. For some reason, it picked up last week's thumbnail and title. So keep talking.
I got it. So look, the Sharks. I mean, I am very impressed with the way that the team has come out because, look, let's be honest. If we're being absolutely, 100, as the kids say, the Sharks had that stretch where it was like they pulled out the OT win in Minnesota, and you kind of go, well, they're celebrating again, making that money because, good God, the contract extension that kid is going to get is going to, it's going to be, $13.5 million at 7 years is going to be gorgeous. But then they get shut out in Calgary, and you're like, really? And they look kind of crappy.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? And then I remember tweeting out on the Twitter machine, as the kids do, I expect a huge bounce back in Seattle. What do? They laid a fucking egg in Seattle. 4-1 loss. And I'm like, what the shit? Okay, so 3-game away from the tank. All right, so they're about to play 4 at home. So when Utah comes in, oh my God, the Mammoth better get steamrolled. And what happened? They started off well, but then the shit goes to OT. And then I'm like, that is 3 straight games that the Sharks have played despite going through November up to that point looking really, really good. But then 3 straight games, and that game against Utah, if we're being completely honest, the Sharks had no business winning. That is a game last season. The Sharks probably lose 4-1. They get stomped, curb stomped.
Right.
I think there is I think there's a little bit of a debate that you could sit there and say the game against the Kings on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
The Sharks also should have lost, but they fortuitous win in the shootout. But that's 5 straight games. The only time they were able to win is when it went beyond the 60 minutes. That's not great. But those are all games. If this is last year, that's a 5-game losing streak. And this is something that I talked about, at the season preview. The pendulum is going to swing the other way. They're going to be games that the Sharks win by a goal that they lost so many times last year. And you look at that 2-1 overtime win, 3-2 overtime win, 4-3 shootout win.
Yep.
All of those. They're winning those 1-goal games that they were getting bombed out every time last year. So they're pulling out those, they are snatching victory from the jaws of defeat, whereas last year it was snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. So I appreciate that, but they still can be better. They still can be more. I don't know. I'm trying to think. What was there was a word that both I think it was Celebrini used after the Kings game, and it was a word I want to say maybe Graf used, and it was being connected. This team needs to be more connective. And the weird thing is, Celebrini was saying, like, I feel like we're more connected this year. And the funny thing is Graf said, we're not as connected as we should be. So, they're still missing something there. Now, am I going to lay all of that on Klingberg? Not all of it, because he didn't play tonight. No, did Klingberg play tonight? No, he didn't, right?
He was scratched for the.
Oh, that's right, because the Sharks won. That's why he didn't. Yeah, that's how Klingberg didn't play tonight. Oh my God!
Geez.
Can we end that fucking experiment already?
Well, I mean, they're going to have to make a decision soon. With Iorio's stint is ending, and
what's the Oreo?
Oreo,
my black and white cookie. His conditioning stint is ret to go. So I mean, the whole they have to make a decision, and it's like, you know, they're gonna. I heard. Oh my God, what was it? Somebody said some shit about like, well, they can't put him on waivers because that's just like not a cool thing to do. And I don't give a fuck. Like, Mike Greer has treated so many veterans so well, whether it was Burns, Meyer, Erik Karlsson. Like, he has got people situated into the situations they want to be in.
Right.
Then he goes and gets Klingberg as one of the people, you know, and Klingberg, you know, Mr. I have a very particular set of skills. Dude, you suck. You know, I got those 2 power play goals, but I don't give a fuck. Get the fuck out of here. There are like 900 defensemen on this team that are all better than you.
It goes back to, though, where this team is and where this team is going and the expectations of this team. And I think in the long run, yeah, there is no playoffs that we would be expecting it for. So I think this decision comes down a little later on. But I think he's staying around for a while. I mean, look. If this team was actually serious about making a playoff push, but let me finish. Hang on. If this team were pushing for a spot, I would think that they would probably be okay. Yeah, we need to put them on waivers. We need to get somebody better in here already, and they want to let the kids cook a little bit more with the CUDA, and we'll get to the CUDA in a little bit as well. But I think that's where it's a tough scenario right now to keep him on. You want him to work things out and be that trade deadline piece that you were hoping to. The same thing with Nick Leddy, you know.
All right. Here's my thing.
Go for it.
So, you know, and I want to say, I think I talked about this last week, whenever the last time I was on. And because this is the thing that really, really super agitated me is Klingberg did not look good early on.
No,
he sucked. And there were writers going, why is this guy around? He's, you know, like he's not doing well.
Yeah.
Why when you look at the fact that like the Sharks have like 9 guys on the team, why is this guy getting so much rope? And Warsofsky, you know, came out with that, you know, well, he's got a particular set of skills. And, you know, he's a power play guy. And he's going to show, whether it's fucking Dickinson or Mokamadu, whoever, he's going to show these guys how to play the PPQB, blah, 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 blah. okay, fine, he's going to do that. And then within a couple of games, it was basically he was being questioned. Why is Klingberg here?
Yeah.
Well, he's got a particular set of skills and, PPQB. And 2 games later, he scores a power play goal. And then Warsofsky coming off the top rope going on, well, how you like me now? Everybody like Klingberg's shot now?
He's coming in like Vince McMahon down the ring. WWE event. Yeah.
They're talking about how great fucking Klingberg is all of a sudden. It's, well, I don't hear you guys complaining about Klingberg's now. And then what happened after that? Well, the power play over the next like 7 or 8 games went 3 for 26 or whatever it was. Looked like dog shit. And then Klingberg gets scratched. And then Warsofsky out of nowhere talking about, well, even veterans take a little while to assimilate and blah, blah, blah. No, fuck you. And also starts talking about, well, small sample size and blah, 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 which I am so sick of hearing as an excuse. Somebody, please, anybody watching this right now, do me a favor. What is the definition of a small sample size? Please tell me. Is it 15 games? Is it 20 games? 41 games like Rafi Torres would say? Is it 2 games? Is it 118 games? Tell me what the fuck a small sample size is so we can finally have a definition of that and stop using it as an excuse. Like after 20 games, if 20 games is considered small sample size, then if a guy sucks ass on his 22nd game, now small sample size is no longer able to be used as the bullshit excuse. I'm sorry. How old is this cat? 34 years old, I want to say. Has played for I don't know how many teams. I don't want to hear the small sample size excuse. We've tried. We saw him, so much bad luck last night where he literally had his stick on the puck. And he could have just swept it away, but it got caught on somebody's pad and blah, 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 blah. No, I'm done with this experiment. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'm done with the experiment. I'm done with it. He's I don't know, my defensively bad version of Erik Karlsson, where it's like for every good thing that he does 3 fuck ups, and the risk is not worth the reward. It just isn't. The return on investment is not there. And when you look at what the Sharks have in the pipeline, oh my God. Speaking, and I'm just going to say this name. I know it's not going to happen this year, but I have 2 words for you. Eric fucking Polkamp.
That's technically 3, but I get you.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Watch this blue line a year from now. I'm just saying. And I get it. Mike Greer had to patchwork this shit for a season, and I understand what he's trying to do. Klingberg ain't it.
Yeah. And I'm with you, Polkamp. Get ready to sign your ELC the second Denver's eliminated. Who here is hoping that Denver it gets eliminated from the NCAA tournament sooner than later?
I'm fine with that. Well, after he wins, I hope he Baker.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Paul Medina saying, "Look at Cagnoni," and there's
From
another
what I
guy.
understand, Cagnoni has like put on some fucking muscle, and good on him. At this point, I like. Do we really think that Cagnoni would be a downgrade from Klingberg? I don't think so.
I don't think so, but again, it's the height disparity which keeps getting.
Whoop-de-fuck.
I know. I think Cagnoni does a lot of things, and you can go, and I'm totally with you. And the guy in his docs is saying the same thing. AJ's totally right. Polkamp is an offensive right shot D that's got a wicked shot. You put him in there with the likes of
oh my God, he's
Dickinson
such
and
a badass.
Mook. I mean, it's going to be awesome.
Polkamp and Dickinson is going to be stupid first pair
Yeah.
in a couple years.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Brisbee Life kind of wondering, they have to be holding on to a trade possibly with Klingberg, but the only hope of that is to rack up a few more power play goals and fool somebody just looking at the stats, just like we did with Cody Ceci last year.
Dude, at this point, I would take Ceci over Klingberg.
Yikes.
This is what I'm saying. Klingberg,
Yikes.
I am not fucking seeing it. What'd you say, 22 games? The guy has, in my estimation, has had 5 decent games. The remaining ones, no. It's, again, return on investment, risk versus reward, not seeing it. Not fucking seeing it.
And that's the tough call here. And
I like Evo Flight. Should have just kept Vlasic one more year. You right. Over Letty and Klingy? I absolutely. And you know why? Because you can put Vlasic on the bench for 4 out of every 5 games and bring in somebody else, whether it's Cags or whoever.
right.
I
mean, and if you want to teach somebody, and yes, I know Klingberg would teach him offensively minded for all the kids. Vlasic can be that defensive guy.
But the thing
to
that gets
play
me
the right way
is Klingberg. It's a particular set of skills and the whole thing. Power play QB. If I remember correctly, sometime this week, I don't remember exactly which game it is, but there was a power play towards the end of the game. 5 forwards. Last time I looked, Klingberg does not play the forward position, which to me screams, we don't have that guy. We don't have Brent Burns. We don't have Dan Boyle. We don't have, okay, I don't want to say that other guy, with the mustache and everything, but the Sharks don't have that fucking guy. Klingberg ain't it. Klingberg was great at 27 years old when he was playing in Dallas.
Right.
34 in San Jose, not the guy.
He took a chance on himself and went to Anaheim after he had that injury, and he played with Pavs during that cup run in 2020, the bubble year. Yeah, in the bubble.
And then you see Dan Moore, guy and his dog, all talking up pole camp. That's what I'm saying. And go ask Jules, who a part of this podcast was the biggest pole camp fan earliest on?
What was it? Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
It was me. I was screaming about how awesome pole camp looked.
I think all of us were together at the prospect scrimmage, and we're looking at this guy. It's like, 1, the guy's got balls to take Hurdle's number. 2, this guy looks really damn good.
Well, I remember being at that prospect thing a couple years ago. There were people talking about Beestead or Musty or whoever, and it was like somebody said, who impressed me the most? And I was like, pole camp, without a fucking doubt.
Right.
And that's the way I've been ever since. So, yeah, that's the guy I want to see. And you talk about aging like a fine wine, like he is over ripening in the NCAA. Hell the fuck yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way that kid plays more than 5 games for the CUDA next year. It's going to be straight to the Sharks.
If he even...
That's what I'm saying. Like they might put him down there for 5 just to like try to keep him humble. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like keep the fucking guy humble.
but
What are you going to
do? That's kind of how I see it. But getting back to the whole Klingberg situation, it kind of think that's kind of what they're trying to do right now. Klingberg's a placeholder. So is Letty. No offense to the guys, but they're trying to get them cooked up and ready to go.
Both
NHL.
of them the fuck out of here.
I
so
get
bad.
you.
All right, we got to move on to the rest of the week.
Yes. So Mac had a hat trick.
Utah.
It was Macklin 3, Peterka 2 was the final score.
Yeah, and I tweeted it out. I'm like, it would be really cool if that shit went to a shootout. And it was, Macklin versus Peterka the entire time, just back and forth.
Yes, that
like
would
a
be fun.
tennis match. That would have been great.
Oh,
and
gosh.
funnily enough, that was finally a game that Klingberg was a healthy scratch. And this is the thing I want to get into because I did jot this shit down. It was like Klingberg's finally a healthy scratch. And this is what I think is so funny about Warso. Like Warso can, he's a decent coach so far, but I don't like how he can kind of be a little bit hypocritical on some of the things he says, or it's like he'll say something and then like 2 weeks later he says like the polar opposite, like he forgot what he said 2 weeks earlier. So my point being, it's like at first it was like, Klingberg has a set of skills, and so it's like a few weeks back he's questioned about Klingberg. Warso is like, he's here to be that PP QB. Then a game or two later, Klingberg scores the PP goal. And Warso was like, where's the haters now?
Right.
And then the PB goes for 3 for 26. Klingberg finally gets scratched. And he gets asked, and it was, well, it's a small sample size. And even veterans have to, like, spend some time acclimating. So my two questions, of course, being, wasn't the sample size even smaller before then?
Right.
And secondly, again, how many games until it's no longer a small sample size? I need to know what that is. Yeah. That's my biggest question. But to see the Sharks win their first ever game against the Mammoth, hey, we love it.
I got to show this quote from
whip it up.
Vincent Desharnais. It's talking about Celebrini. He's special. I think everyone in this building sees how special he is as a player, as a human being as well. He's not just an asshole walking around saying that he's the best player.
And when I saw that quote, of course, I retweeted above it and I said,
yes.
So he's the opposite of Erik Karlsson. Got it. Absolutely.
Oh, you're not wrong.
I'm going to say, dude, Erik Karlsson, I'm the best player. I'm the biggest asshole, best player. I'm that guy. And that's why I love Celebrini. And this is going to be, I can't wait in about 10 years from now. All right. There's going to be a 30 for 30 on ESPN. It was like when the Sharks got Erik Karlsson and how it fucked the entire franchise. Like that is going to be a 30 for 30. Without a doubt. Hold on. I'm seeing a couple quotes coming in from tonight's game.
Go for it.
Curtis, my man. Curtis Bishelka. Love that man. Warsofsky on the response tonight after yesterday's loss in overtime. We had a pretty true and honest conversation this morning, and the response was one of the best of the year. Hell yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Be honest. Be true. Don't sugarcoat shit. Also from Curtis, Warsofsky on the response tonight after yesterday's loss to, wait, it's the same thing. Why, Curtis, why did you put the same shit out twice? My man, what are we doing? Warsofsky said this was the best game of the season for Mukamadulin and Dickinson. Did Dickinson play in tonight's game?
Yes, he did.
Which again screams, then get Klingberg off the fucking ice. Because was this, I would like to know, how many times, was this like maybe the third game of the season that Mukamadulin and Dickinson were both in the same game?
I would say you're correct, but
right?
I'm not going to confirm that.
Just saying. So Warsofsky said the best game this season for Mook and Dickinson. They were skating. They were engaged. They had purpose to their game. Their brains were turned on.
Right.
Okay, then. And, all right. Like, I don't want to keep, berating Klingberg, but, like, dude, it worked when I berated Brendan Dillon. So,
So what you're saying is that he's going to become a great defenseman, and we're making a cup final this year.
Because when I was berating Brendan Dillon, he was like 25. So forget it. It's over.
Wishful thinking. All right.
Yeah. So Sharks beat the Mammoth 3-2 in overtime.
Yes.
Again, it was the Celebrini versus Peterka show. It was fantastic. But it was also the third straight game that, for whatever reason, I'm not here. I have to sit here and wave the big flag. I am not saying that Jamal Mayer, there's anything wrong with Jamal Mayers. it was the third straight game where Jamal was on with Randy Hahn. Everybody who's ever spoken to me knows I fucking adore Randy Hahn and Drew Remenda together as the TV broadcast crew. To me, that breaking them up is like breaking up Simon and Garfunkel, Hall and Oates. I mean, Lennon and McCartney. Insert iconic duo here. Like it would be like breaking up McDavid and Draisaitl, Malkin and Crosby. You don't
Curry.
Yeah, you don't break up iconic duos. So having and I understand you want to put Mares in there once in a while to get them acclimated. You don't do it 3 in a row. And so after the third straight game, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And Remenda's on radio. And again, I'm like, I don't understand why you want to get Mares acclimated. You put him on with Rusanowski.
Anywho.
Yeah, you don't do that. Just Remenda and Hahn. They are the multi-Emmy award-winning duo. You keep that group together. Anyway, so they beat the Mammoth 3-2 in overtime.
Gotcha.
Then 4-3 shootout win. Now, I was unable to watch that game because I was in Felton watching an amazing blues concert, by the way.
Nice.
But we were kind of giving it the horse eye. And the thing that kind of cracked me up about the game on Thursday was, obviously it was the Jumbo Hall of Fame game, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And I was seeing whether it was Brody. There was a few other people talking about oh man, the SAP hasn't had this vibe since 2016. And, was all this thing. And, and are the vibes back? Yes, they are. And, and now look, I am all about wanting to have the tank be that place that gives you the tingles and makes the hairs dance on your arm. But I'm also going to go back to the thing that I was saying just a few minutes ago. Small sample size. It was, first off, a game against LA, which always, for whatever reason, seems to bring out the vibes.
Right.
But it was the Joe Thornton Hall of Fame game. And, let's have three. And if I remember correctly, I think last night they said was the first sellout against Ottawa. It's the first time they've had a sellout this season.
No, opening night was sold out, I thought.
That's what I thought as well. But you go and look at either Shang or Curtis's Twitter feed last night. They put 17,435 first sellout of the season. And if we're being absolutely honest, remember, sellout is not the same as tickets used, because while I did watch last night's game on TV, I also saw certain rows of seats that were unused throughout the entirety of the game. And again, it doesn't matter as long as those seats are paid for. That's fine.
Right.
But just the fact that we're a quarter of the way in and that's their first sellout of the season, even if it's only their second.
Oh, I have a feeling Becker's going to text you or me right now and say, no, that's not true.
Then Becker needs to ping Shang and Curtis first, because that's what I saw from them. But either way, the fact that there was a lot of oh my God, Thursday night, the vibes are back and blah, blah, blah. And again, I'm not discounting anything that happened on Thursday night. Of course, I wanted to be there. If I hadn't purchased those concert tickets before the Sharks schedule had been released and everything like that, I would have been there. But I already bought these concert tickets.
Yeah.
But still, though, it was just I don't know. It was just kind of a lot of hoopla and hyperbolic screaming. And I'm right there with you. It was awesome to see Jumbo get those accolades. But all of a sudden it's like, we're back, bitches. And I'm like, it was one game. And aren't you the same group that talks about small sample size? Like, let's have
But
3 straight sellouts for the Sharks, and then we can start circle jerking each other.
but I think, and no, I totally get where you're coming from. I think just that feeling, just the Jumbo gets. I mean, yes, it's a perfect storm. You have Jumbo's night. You have L.A., a classic rival.
The beat LA.
The beat LA chants and everything, and you could tell there was a different mood in there.
Were you there Thursday?
No, I wasn't.
Oh,
I
okay.
was there Saturday, but
I saw the ridiculous wig, by the way.
Thank you.
I kind of want it. I want to borrow that shit.
Do you really? Okay, I'll let you know.
I kind of do.
See what happens when you guys hit the like button on our podcast. I'm just saying.
I want to see Jules in a teal dress with the teal wig. I'm just saying.
If that's the case, then we're talking playoffs.
Hey now, playoffs.
Just saying. But when I was up there, I talked to like a couple of the beat reporters when I was putting our stuff together before we got there early, and they're like, yeah, Thursday night this place felt like it was Jumbo, Patty, Heater, and Pavs, but it's like that's one game. And the way that they were talking was like, yeah, that's one game. However, these guys are building the momentum right now.
I was going to say, dude, but when I was there for the big, the banner, the number retirement for Jumbo, when I was there for the number retirement for Marlowe, I remember the Sharks lost both those games.
Yeah.
It was still a vibe in the room.
There's still a vibe in the room, and it's there. It's just you don't have any of those guys. And yes, it was Jumbo's night on Thursday night, but you can feel that now. And I thought to this on myself on Thursday. Now that Jumbo got his flowers on Thursday night,
sure,
that era is now officially over.
It should be.
As it should be. This is the new era. So in my head,
his flowers or his poppy?
Or his Canadian poppy, yes. Well done, good sir. But to me, it's like, okay, there's these two sellout games. And yesterday was great. I definitely felt the vibe in there, definitely felt good in there up until Ottawa scored their game-winning fucking goal.
Sure.
But I mean, and trust me, the good old walking like this in the concourse was back too.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, do you have? I think it was like a little over 16,000. I think they announced as the attendance on Thursday, and then 2 sellouts. And granted, the same beat reporter that I talked to, he's like, yeah, for Utah it was 12,000, felt like 8, and it was quiet in here. And Celebrini had a hat trick, so it got louder at the end, but still.
And again, it's I'm not trying. I know when I mention shit like this, it's sometimes people are like, oh, AJ's a hater, blah blah blah. It's like, no, I'm not a hater. I'm just like, I'm realistic.
More than anything,
I don't fall for the hyperbolic pumping of the tires.
Right. More than anything, I think I speak for you, saying you want that place rocking. You want this loud.
I absolutely do. So, when I sit there and see like announcements like, what an amazing sellout. And it's like, I'm watching the game and I'm seeing, like 8th row from the glass, I'm seeing like an entire row of seats, and it's 8-9 minutes into the second period, and out of like a row of 12 seats, 2 of them are being used, and that's the way it's been the entire game.
Yeah,
it's kind of like, look, I understand, I'm with you, and if you've sold all those seats, that's great. I'm just saying it goes against what you're saying, and maybe you need to like say, hey, there are people up in the nosebleeds where you sit there and go, hey, you know what? See that row down there? go sit down there for tonight. Have a good time.
Yeah. Or do the rocket backhander method.
Yeah, as you will.
Ruben saying Macklin being chosen to do the ceremonial puck drop on Jumbo Night facing off against Kopitar felt like a passing of the torch.
Passing of the torch, a paying of the rent could be,
Yes.
absolutely.
And stick taps to the crowd, giving some kudos to Kopitar on what is his final trip to San Jose.
Yeah. Oh, and did you see the video that the Kings put out where the boys were like handing him like a really nice bottle of wine and a jersey and shit? Very cool. I wish when it comes to like behind the scenes stuff, I really wish both teams would, because let's be honest, we're Sharks fans. We follow the Sharks account, but
Sure.
not every Sharks fan follows opposition accounts. We're not, some people might not follow the Kings or the Ducks or whoever. Yeah. So it would be really nice to see those guys share that kind of content when that shit comes down, where it's like, okay, because I also thought I saw it somewhere, maybe it was on social media, where somebody was just like, yeah, we're gonna take care of Kopitar. Wasn't it a few years ago? What I want to say, my God, it was it Pavelski? I don't want to say it was Pavelski. There was somebody that was with the Sharks for a little while, and it was brought up to the Sharks, and I want to say it was Couture that responded on Twitter talking about, we got him, hashtag Rolly, Rolly, Rolly. Like they were they were going to give him a Rolex.
Oh.
And I don't know if that was, Pavelski now that he was at the Stars.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember that
there was something. I totally remember something like that.
Yeah, I remember the Rolly, Rolly, Rolly response from Couture.
And the other thing too, I totally remember there was a lot, and this is years back. The last game played for Luc Robitaille was the last home game for the Sharks that season, and they gave him.
It was hashtag Roby, Roby, Roby.
That's when I was wasn't on that team, but I mean at the end of the game they had Luc Robitaille. They cleared it right to him, and everybody stood back. Let him hold the puck as both teams were tapping their sticks on the round. I like that. I mean, of course, there's so many times that Kopitar has tortured the Sharks so many years,
Sure.
But still, you respect your rivalry. So, yeah, and Paul Medina saying for Pavelski back in 2020.
Yeah. I was going to say, it felt like, if I remember correctly, I thought it was Pavelski, but even then, I felt like Pavelski was such a crucial piece. I mean, oh God, it's like when you think of 32 years of history for this team, and you say, give me your top 5 names, it's obviously going to start Thornton Marlowe, and then you have 3 after that. And for me, it's definitely Pavelski's going to be 3rd. Burns is probably going to be 4th. And then after that, I think you could debate it. It could be Boyle. It could be Couture. It could be Nolan. It could be Nabokov. There's a lot of names. But when you say top 3, for me, it's always going to be Thornton, Marlowe, Pavelski. That's it.
And not to start this debate up, but no one's worn 8 since. 48's being used by Pole Camp eventually. 88, I saw a couple times during camp.
And Marcel Gotch got 11 dirty.
Saying. That is so wrong. So did Luke Cunning. But I digress. We'll move on here. I will say John Mavrudius saying, yeah, when you notice the blinking lights instead of the fans tonight, no problem. Thursday, nope, building it up. Yeah, you love to see it.
That's the other thing I would say. Look, nobody... everybody knows I'm a huge Sharks fan. I love the SAP Center. If I wasn't a massive fan I wouldn't be doing this with Eric for the last decade. But I'm also not somebody who is going to pump tires for the sake of pumping tires. I'm going to be honest. If you can't deal with it, that's your problem. One of the issues that I do have with the SAP Center, I appreciate that they put in all those LED lights around all the seats because it does kind of look a little cool and interesting when it's on TV.
But
when they have it sequenced correctly and it like circles and does interesting shit, I dig that. Now, that being said, do I think it looked better when people were actually wearing wristbands and the lights were all moving because people were moving their wrists? Yes, I think that looked better.
Yes.
Do I think it looked better because now that they're all in the seats, sometimes it just highlights that, wow, look at this. There are entire rows of seats that nobody is sitting in.
or in some cases, entire sections.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, totally.
So, like I understand what you're trying to do it, and I appreciate it. I'm just giving you the other perspective. And, and I like this. What was this? Way back when the choices were largely KMBR, the game, ignoring the Sharks, the state media, not much, well, I'll tell it like it is discussion. You
That's
know what is so
AJ's
goddamn
awesome.
funny is from what I've seen,
We're getting to that.
especially with my Twitter, because some people have tagged me this week.
Oh, yeah.
Because evidently KMBR and the game have actually, I guess, had a couple discussions about the Sharks this week. And God, where was I? wish I could find
Though
it.
I was going to save this for later.
Somebody was
but
on the game.
Mac was on 95.7. The KMBR did a full on hype video for it. Like
Jesus.
So.
Do you have something to share or no?
No, I was just
Oh.
gonna I was gonna save it for later, but yeah, I mean, yeah, and Chris, yeah, Chris saying, and how many names did they
did they?
mispronounce?
Did they? I don't know. I
I
didn't. I don't listen to
would
either
love for
station,
them.
so I don't know.
KMBR and the game had celebrating on within the same hour.
Hey, you know what? And good
Oh.
good for both of them.
You know what? Yeah,
that they're
absolutely.
talking about the Sharks or whatever. But the and this is the thing that I got into that back and forth with oh my
Adam
God.
Copeland.
There you go. And from what I understand, somebody tagged me earlier this week, like at the beginning of the week, and said, "Dude, go listen to Tom Tolbert's show on YouTube. He did like a 40-minute thing with Drew Remenda." And I was like, okay, I will
nice.
do Vizina. I remember that. I remember like it was yesterday. When they called it the Vizina Trophy. So
Yeah.
I'm never going to listen to KNBR or the game. I don't give a fuck. It's the reason that this whole podcast, the reason that Eric and I are literally sitting here talking about Sharks games right now for 10 plus years is because those slapdicks on radio ignored the Sharks all of that time. So, congratulations. KMBR had Ted Ramey on the good for them. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, because Ted Ramey used to
be with
work
them.
at KMBR. He's been with the Sharks for like the last 5 years, whatever it's been. And that's the whole thing. KMBR, it was Ted Ramey, it was Tom Tolbert. Wasn't there one other guy that would occasionally? It was for the most part, it was Ramey and Tolbert. Those are the guys that would only. They were the only guys who would talk the Sharks with any regularity.
I mean, there was an occasional Ralph Barbieri when in between his.
That's true.
His
Go Sharks! Yeah, go Sharks!
Yeah. Anyways,
no, it's just funny to see those accounts try to get any heat, try to pick up any heat from the Sharks, where it's like you've ignored them for the entirety of your time on air. Go suck the biggest bag of dicks. Get the fuck out of here.
So the reason why I was going to talk about this later, because on KMBR's hype video tweet that they put out, they got roasted. I mean, they literally got
Everything that I've
roasted.
seen over the last 2 weeks that KMBR has posted that is Sharks related, every response hasn't been, like, hey, nice to see you talking about Sharks. It's all been like, fuck you, you ignore the Sharks, go suck a bag of dicks, fuck off. That has been the entirety of the response.
Yeah.
I heard they had like Brody on over this last week too. And like, God love Brody. Absolutely. Yeah. At least they're
Brody
getting good people on.
Yeah, no, and that's the big thing is that they're familiar with Brody. I mean, he did like a couple of stints, when he was between jobs.
Covered. Yeah, he was like slid in and covered. But the thing I think is so goddamn funny is this really goes to prove how ignorant they are. And for those like, don't read the term ignorant incorrectly. Ignorant means uninformed. It doesn't mean stupid when I use it. So I get, let me just say uninformed. This goes to show you how uninformed and without knowledge, unintelligent, I guess, that the KNBR hosts are when it comes to the Sharks and hockey. I guarantee you, there's not a single fucking host on KNBR 95.7 who could tell you who the third line center is for the Sharks right now. Not a single fucking host.
And there was, I went on a rant, I think, with Ian a couple weeks ago. It's like, I remember a video Brody specifically put out, I think, like one of his very first videos on YouTube years ago. It's like, cheers.
Yeah.
Is like, if you can tell me who the third and fourth wide receivers on the Niners and Raiders, you should be able to tell me who the leading scorer of the Sharks is.
Absolutely. You should be able to tell me who the sleepover line is, even if they're not playing together. You should be. They literally handed out a fucking bobblehead of these three because they were such a big deal. The wife of one of the players has an amazing podcast.
Yep.
That is followed by so many people. And if you can't name them, don't talk about hockey at all because you don't give a fuck. You don't care enough to, be involved or know any of that shit. Just don't fucking do it. Right. But I love the fact when KMBR has like Brody on or anybody or like Ramenda or whatever, they literally have, they put together, I want to say like 3, maybe 4 questions. You go, what? Here. Let me do my best impression of a KMBR host.
Oh God.
So, Brody, what's the difference between this season's team and last? And then they literally do this. They fucking lean back and let Brody pontificate for 6 or 7 minutes, fill that time, and then they look at their next question. And so is Celebrini really the real deal? And, what do you think makes him that guy?
Right. Yeah.
And then just lean back and let Brody fucking go, which, and to his credit, Brody will sit there and fill the entire thing, giving educated, knowledgeable responses to those questions. And meanwhile, Copeland or whoever the fuck is on there could literally just go to the fucking bathroom, take a leak, and come back.
Yeah. It reminds me, and again, I'm going to age myself here. Remember that scene, I think it was in Wayne's World 2, where Wayne and Garth are talking to the DJ about promoting their Wayne stock or their concert, and the guy's just doing, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
and then yeah, but
it's all bullshit.
Yeah,
and I know we get we can sit here. Believe you me, I can sit here and piss and moan and bitch and everything about local sports talk radio because I will tell you though. Let me just say this final thing and then we'll move on. When 95.7 came around.
Yep.
I don't know if Chris is still in the chat. He knows. when 95.7 first came around back in, I want to say 2012
2012.
I was like super juiced because I was tired of KMBR ignoring the Sharks. I specifically had memories of like calling when Radnich was on. Like, I don't know, like, I want to say April. Like, the hockey playoffs are just beginning.
Yeah.
Basketball, the Warriors were fucking
They
done
weren't-
before Christmas.
Yeah.
The 49ers and the Raiders, done. And the Giants haven't even, the first pitch hasn't even started.
Right.
And I call up, and, the fucking Sharks, it's like 2008, 2009, the Sharks are charging into the playoffs, President's Trophy winner. And I'm like, hey, man, how are you not talking about let's talk about this Sharks team. Like, they've never been better. And Gary Radnich is like, great. Name me more than three, name three players that aren't named Thornton, Marlowe, and I don't know at that point.
I'm just glad he remembered those.
Huh?
I'm just glad he remembered Thornton and Marlowe.
Yeah, he's like, name me three players that aren't named Thornton, Marlowe, and Nabokov or whatever. And I was just, in 2011, I guess it would have been Niemi. But either way, or let's say Thornton, Marlowe, and Pavelski. And I'm like, I don't know, Couture, blah, blah, blah. And I named off like five names, and they're like, and Radnich was like, okay, congratulations. You're the only one who cares. Next caller.
Right. I mean,
know?
the biggest thing was I think they were talking about years ago when Gary and Vern and Glenn were still at Cron, and they were like, yeah, I get more notice than Joe Thornton. I'm like, okay, well, that's your job, but I guess you want to have that, so whatever. I got to show this really quick for you because I don't know if you saw it. So all aboard is there room on the bandwagon?
No, not for you, you pussy. Hold on, let me say November 20. Oh, so that was 3 days ago. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, not for you. Fuck you. Fuck no. Get the fuck out of here. Bandwagon. Hold on. You should have been following them all along. You guys need to get it together for being the sports leader. You sure seem to be lagging and I'm not done.
Sorry.
And giving the team the proper due and giving them consistent coverage late to the party. You guys are a local network. You never covered Thornton, Hurdle, Pavelski, Cooch era, nor the rebuild in the dark times. You are the bandwagon as it comes. Stay true to yourselves and cover other sports. You're local. You could have been covering them all along. Our milkshake bring all the devs to the okay, that was stupid. Move on. Not for you unless you actually dedicate some time to the Sharks instead of something special about this team. Youngins, okay, and then I could be like, yeah, maybe start by not calling it a bandwagon.
This is what I'm saying, dude.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Is every time they post anything on social media, they get fucking dragged.
Right.
So it's to the point where it's like, why change now? You're going to get dragged because this is what you are. This is what you've been for the last 32 years. And I'm not saying like, I am. No, it is a bad thing. It's a fucking stupid thing if you're going to call yourself a sports leader and you're going to fucking ignore, a professional sports team in the area. But don't come, off the top rope like you've fucking been here. That was the thing I thought was so funny about Copeland saying, when I said something about, let me see if we got room for you on the back of the bandwagon. And he's like, back of the, I've been here for a month. And I'm like, 32 years,
35.
fuckface.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Oh,
All right, we need to move on. Otherwise,
did we even get to the Ottawa game?
we're about to right now. See, when you guys get them going on KMBR 95.7,
dude,
Ottawa.
Ottawa. Sharks should have won. Klingberg sucks. Next.
Okay, and so did the inconsistency of this game. There was no rhythm to it.
No.
I think I mentioned with Dana and Tyler yesterday on the show.
Yeah, but you guys,
they just like 40% of the game. 40% of the game was power plays.
yeah, but you guys covered it all in After Dark.
Okay.
So stock up, stock down. Stock
Moving
up.
on.
I'm doing this again until my boy gets some respect put on his name, Colin fucking Graff. This is the guy that I am going to keep. This is a guy that the only reason, during the off season when Brody talked to us and he was like, there's this guy, but give me the name of a guy that maybe people aren't paying attention to. Who did you say? Because I said Thompson.
Oh gosh. I don't remember off the top of my head. I thought we had snuck in Graff, but I know we were talking Thompson. Oh no, I think I said Cagnoni.
There you go. Yeah, Cagnoni. I said Thompson. And the reason why I went that way is because I felt like the Sharks, they have enough in the forward pipeline. It's trying to find that diamond in the rough on the blue line. I like Thompson's game, but as we stated the very beginning of this, the blue line is so overwhelmed with players that it's going to be hard for Thompson to find that in. But Graff, oh my God, he continues to be that jack of all trades, master of none, Swiss Army knife that every fucking team needs.
Yeah.
So I am loving Graff. I feel like he gets better and better and better. So he's my stock up. My other stock up is just because, like, it would be stupid if I didn't mention him. I think his name is pronounced goaltender. I want to say Askarov. If I'm getting, and you know what, and that is the funny thing, is that I've heard his name pronounced like three. I've heard Askarov, what was the other one I heard? Like Askorov, I think I heard from one person. And I was just like, oh, Jesus Christ. And it just makes me giggle because I was like, remember the good old days of like Johnny Nabokov?
Oh, Johnny Nabokov, Sergei Makarov, Igor Larinov.
Johnny Nabokov.
Oh my God.
That's always going to be my favorite. But anyway, my stock up for this week, it's going to be Graff, and it may be him for the next couple of weeks. And Yaroslav, Yarrow. That's you know what? I swear to God, dude, I'm going to pull out, remember the Lionel Richie song Hello? Right?
Yes. Is it me you're looking for?
I want to. Somebody do it right now. Make me a meme where it's Lionel Richie instead of hello. It's going to be like Euro instead of Yaroslav. It's just the first part. Euro. That's what I want. I want that. Anyway,
Jules, if you're watching, there's your karaoke moment.
All right. Who else is stocking?
Barthies, really quick. Devil's Advocate on radio. Wouldn't you guys want an increase in radio coverage? And for them to start to carry, you have to start somewhere.
Whoa. Put that back up. Let me see this.
Thank you for the super chat.
Wouldn't you guys want an increase in radio coverage and for them to start to care? No. And you know what? And this is Devil's Advocate. This is what I will tell you right now. That would have meant something 15 years ago when radio was still big and podcasts weren't. But in 2008, 2010, that would have been a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. I don't know how many people are in the chat right now, but I would bet money that 30% of them all have their own podcast because everybody has a fucking podcast today. And the thing is that the majority of podcasts, when it comes sports related, the hosts, they know more than the hosts that are on the fucking sports stations. Like Copeland or whoever the other fucking people that are on there, they might know everything about the 49ers or the Giants or even the Warriors. Good for them.
Right.
They know fuck all about the Sharks. They don't know the history of the team. Like I said earlier, I could fucking, oh my God, I would love it. I would love to show up to KMBR tomorrow. Show up to Adam Copeland's show whenever the fucking thing goes on the air and just walk in with a hundy and just throw it on the fucking table in front of him. Nobody tells him anything. We're just going to throw this bet on the table. I'd throw down a hundy and say, do me a favor. Name the Sharks' third line center. He would fucking fail and I would give him 3 tries at it. and he would fucking fail every time. Every time. So that's why when I see that shit, no. They had their chance. They blew it. And that's why there are all these podcasts now, which are, one, much more fun to listen to. And number two, destroying their ratings. That's why it's, sports talk radio
is dying.
Yeah, that's why it's dying.
Yep.
So anyway.
Anyways, back to stock up and stock down. I know you said Graf and Askarov. I'm going to give it to the third line. They looked incredible this whole week, especially Thursday. Oh, I'm sorry. That would be Adam Gaudette, Ty Dellandrea.
Shit,
my bad. Hey, nobody cares. No. Yeah.
Way to go, Ruben.
Nick Bosa, yeah. Oh, jeez. Okay, no. Gaudette.
Oh, and you know what the great thing about Nick Bosa is? He's looked great over the last 3 games. Does everybody else get that joke?
Yeah.
Everybody else, for anybody who's not paying attention, he was injured like 4 games ago, is not going to play the rest of the season. That's why that's a joke. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, Brock Purdy's the Sharks' fourth line winger. Yeah.
Oh, and he's looked incredible in the gig.
Oh, yeah. Take that. No, but Gaudette, Dellandrea, Graf, I mean, they've looked fantastic as a unit. They've really got it clicked together big time.
Dude, and if you go back, and I admitted this early on this season, you go back and listen to Pucknologists from last year, I was harping on Dellandrea like I did with Brendan Dillon, almost as much as I did Erik Karlsson.
Absolutely.
But I railed on Dellandrea last year. I was like, this guy is playing like he wants to get the fuck out of San Jose. This year, oh my, for me, like I would vote, like if there is an award for like best turnaround player, Dellandrea is getting my vote and like my other 3 votes on top of it. Like Dellandrea, best turnaround player from last season.
Speaking of your stock up guy, Elias Lindholm from the Bruins on Askarov's performance, quote, "Yeah, I think we just didn't have enough traffic in front of him. He saw a lot of pucks, and any goalie is good then. We just made him look good, I think."
I'm going to go back to what I heard from Shang. Shang on his podcast had like a super duper like goalie guru guy that they talked to, and he did a deep dive and was like showing and pointing out that early on in October, Askarov, like as soon as the guy like drew back, Askarov was just dropping to his knees super duper quick. He was taking everything away from the bottom of the net, and it was easy to shoot over his shoulders.
Yeah.
Very simple. For whatever reason, I don't know whether we give the kudos to Nabby or Ryan Miller or Spear or whoever, but if you watch Askarov's game now, he takes that extra hesitant second before he drops down. He tries to, look over a shoulder, tries to get a better beat on it before he drops down. He's such a huge guy. So you take that extra second before you drop down into the butterfly or whatever. Mm-hmm. So you're able to take that extra second, fill up a little more space, make it more difficult for the shooter to find any type of real estate to get through. Mm-hmm. And, I don't know if that is, in fact, the case of why he's been the best goalie in November this year so far. But and I see Ashton saying credit to Miller. Who knows? I mean, I'm going to
you can go Ryan Miller. You can go
Spear, Nabby, whoever. Yeah. I just like whoever is. Hey, you know what? Who's the one guy who said, "Hey, if you waited a second long, take that guy out to dinner"? I don't know, but it's a group effort. All I know is that this is the guy that. Dude, you were there. We were, when we were there for the October 28th game against LA, we're up and, watching the game. And I just remember going,
Oof.
Look, he's getting all these accolades. I don't fucking see it. I don't get it. This guy sucks. Like, I was very upset.
Yeah. I mean,
And
4
so
goals and
far,
14 shots. You have an understanding.
yeah, dude, yeah, it was 41-14, and there was, it was horrible. I was like, I don't fucking see it. I don't get it. We wasted this ridiculous, pick on him, and now I'm like, I would have traded 3 hurdles for this guy. Like, holy shit,
Yeah. No,
fantastic.
Yep. And like guy and his dogs saying you have to be good. You have to be lucky to be good and good to be lucky. Yeah. Completely. Yeah. And John, yes. I'm also enjoying the mutual admiration between Ned and Aska. Yeah. No. It definitely has that Olmark Swayman vibe from Boston for some time.
Well, and you know what? The thing that I like about it as well is that last year it was Blackwood and Vanacek, right? Mm-hmm. And it seemed like both of them wanted to put money on the board to find out who was going to get traded first. You know what I mean? Yeah. In those first couple of months, because neither of them thought that they were, due to be here long. Whereas both these guys, at the very least, Askarov, knows he's going to be here for the next 8 years. But Ned, if he continues, doing what he's doing, I don't know how old Ned is. I don't think he's that old. Is he over 30?
No,
I don't think he's that old. I think he's a very decent backup.
29 years old.
Oh, see,
he'll
29?
turn 30 on January 7th.
Yeah, so I think I would have no problem with the Sharks handing him a 2 or 3 year extension as, and while that's happening, Ravensburger is, marinating.
Warming up.
Yeah, exactly. And you let that happen. So Ned, I have no problem. You give Nettie, I don't know, 26 to 30 starts.
Absolutely.
Those back-to-backs, and you let him keep it warm for Ravensburger to eventually slide into that. I think that would be fantastic. That's a nice, again, I want to give Mike Greer his flowers. That is a nice piece of business to get Nettie in the position that he's in.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Stock down. Gee, I wonder where we're going to go with this one.
You want to go first? You want me?
Well, it's the same guy. Let's be honest.
Fucking Klingberg.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to pick on the guy so badly, but I mean, Ned made a great save there, and just for it to just get by, and then just AJ's favorite, Tim.
The fact that it just fucking sat there for a minute, and I saw Snipe City on Twitter. I love Snipe City. I love Snipe City to pieces. One of the best Twitter accounts you can fucking follow,
absolutely,
bar none. But Snipe City threw a shot of that up there and said, all the people that love to eat on
Klingberg.
burying Klingberg, or they're about to have full bellies or whatever, whatever it was. It was a great tweet.
And understandably so, because my God.
Yeah, it was a horrible fucking play. And a lot of people say, oh, he got his stick caught in that. I look at it and I'm like, I mean, you could sit there and debate it, but I just, no. If that's a 23-year-old guy, I go, well, he'll learn.
Teachable moment.
Yeah, teachable moment.
Yeah.
A 34-year-old guy, no, you fucked up.
Yeah.
You're sitting next game. So yeah,
Which he
stock
did.
down. Yeah, stock down Klingberg over the last 5 games. You lead the team in plus minus at a -5. And again, I have to say this every fucking time. Plus minus is not the end all be all, blah, blah, blah. It's an antiquated stat, yada, yada, yada. It still means something when you get that much ice time, you get put in positions to pump up your fucking stats, and you lead the team in dash. That's bad. You have a knack for taking penalties at the worst time. So, yeah. And based on my tweet, based on the tweet that I put out yesterday where I was just like, okay, I'm done with the Klingberg experiment, I think I'm not here to fucking like rub myself out a new one. Say I have 1,800 followers. Who gives a shit? Nobody cares. But I will, I can say like at the amount of followers, it's not the amount of followers I have, it's the percentage of followers that I have that react to something. And over this last week, there have been 2 tweets that people way reacted to. And one of them was me posting, I'm done with the Klingberg experiment.
Right.
It was like 40% of my followers said, I agree. So, yeah. Klingberg, fuck out of here. Anybody else?
I'm going to say Fanatics.
Whoa, shit. What happened? What had happened was
is that
What'd they do?
if you want to find a Colorado Avalanche 30th anniversary jersey, good luck.
Is that the Nordiques thing?
Yeah.
Well, now, to be fair.
And let me finish before you.
Yeah, sure.
But then there's also the Sharks heritage jersey. There's only a handful left in the building. Now, granted, talking to someone yesterday at the game, they did say they're trying to get more premium jerseys in. But if you're looking for an MIC, they gone.
So, I've brought this up before.
Mm-hmm.
I will say it again.
Okay.
Whether it's like the dude, tell me that those Panthers Rangers jerseys aren't hideous.
We want to talk about this?
Hideous.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to throw them, I'm just using them as an example. Oh my god, dude, that crest is so bad.
I get what they're trying to do though, because that's that they try to make that crest look throwback. The striping is a throwback to past Florida hockey teams, along with the patch and everything. The Rangers one looks like they're trying to match their centennial jersey.
Now, is that actual white or is that off-white cream bullshit?
That's that heritage cream white.
Oh, see, just yuck. And the whole thing is, how many times are the Rangers going to do the diagonal word mark? Just stop.
I will give them kudos for the apple on the shoulder. I thought that was a cool touch.
The jersey would have made more sense if the apple on the shoulder would have been the crest on the front. It would have made more sense. I am so tired of them doing the vertical or diagonal word mark. Anyway, my point being is this isn't look, Fanatics has their problems without a fucking doubt.
Right.
If anybody who has ever watched this show knows, I have a massive problem with Fanatics.
Right.
That being said, I'm not going to cast blame upon people that don't deserve it. When it comes to the Nordiques, that the Nordiques jersey, the Sharks jersey that is over your right shoulder, that is very difficult to find now. That isn't Fanatics. That isn't. I don't know, Dick's Sporting Goods, like name a sporting good, but it is, and the Sharks are guilty of this. They've all but admitted it. I think the Giants, San Francisco Giants, have also admitted it, that the new thing over the last couple of years is selling scarcity.
Right.
They're not going to make a whole shit ton of something hoping to sell a whole shit ton of it, and then after a year or whatever, they'll still have a little bit of inventory, and then they'll sell those off at, reduced prices.
Sure. I get that.
It's no. It's that we're going to make a very small, limited amount at an inflated price point because it's scarce. We're going to overinflate the cost, and then we're going to sell out because we've artificially made it scarce, thus making it more valuable and thus more in demand. And like what is it? Snack attack, whatever it is. Yeah, FOMO, fear of missing out.
Sure.
And the perfect, and look, I'm not here to piss off the Sharks. They're not the only team who does this. All of the teams do this. And it's not even a sporting thing. This is like Lululemon sells shit that has nothing to do with sports. They do the same thing. Oh my God, so many upper echelon brands, elite brands, whether it's Prada or whoever, they all do this same shit. It is a game that they play with, the general public. And it's like, we're going to put out a limit. We could put out 5,000 or 50,000 of a product, and we could sell 40,000 at a decent price point that the consumer would be happy. We'd still make money. And then the last 8 to 10,000, well, after a little while, the heat starts to die off. And so we've already made back our investment on everything like that. Even when we put them on the clearance rack, we're still going to make money on it.
Sure.
But that's not the thing anymore. The thing now is to instead of making 50,000 or so, we're just going to make 5,000 of it, and we're going to sell that, and we're going to get rid of it in like 2 months. There's never going to be anything on clearance, and it's to the point where we're selling scarcity that within 2 months, you're going to see some of these listed on eBay for 3, 4, 5 times what they were purchased at.
Right.
That even though we have made our nut, we have gotten our money, but we're also going to feed the secondary market. And I'll be the first to sit there and go, I recognized it. I was there like a year and a half ago ish, 18 months ago. The Anaheim Ducks did a collab, which I think is, I hate the term.
Yeah.
I hate the term collab. They did a collab with Vans, and they made really cool version of the high tops where it was done in the what are their Jade and Eggplant are the names?
Jade and Eggplant, yep.
Jade and Egg high tops, and on the back heel it had the very small but very easy to see Anaheim Ducks logo. It wasn't obnoxious. It was done very tastefully.
Right.
And it looked really cool, the Jade and the Eggplant. And I ordered 2 pairs of those specifically to hold on to those. I'm going to hold on to these for 6, 7, 8 months. Then I'm going to put them on fucking eBay. And it's exactly what I did. And what did I do? I doubled my money on both of them. Took a little longer than I thought. But it's also not the first time I've done this, that I've recognized that, oh, this, company is trying to sell scarcity. I have the opportunity to buy some shit. I'll buy it and I'll hold on to a little bit. Wait till all the inventory goes away. But generates demand for every product. Next time you don't want to miss out. It is. It's insidious. And the thing that really gets me though is that there are like the Sharks have a what's the oh my God. What was it? What not is it WOTUS?
I'm not sure what you're.
So the Sharks recently did a collab.
Oh yeah, no, I get you. The shirts, the $150 T-shirt, the $200.
So what is it?
Sweatshirt.
Warren Lotus, whoever the fuck. That's the other thing is I don't even know who this guy is. I don't know. Who he is.
And the Ducks just had another one where they had like Duck style Crocs out that just.
Those Crocs are so cool. Dude, those Crocs are so cool.
I'm sorry.
Hate Crocs. And I was like, that was a great idea.
Wait. I'm sorry. I'm just hearing AJ Strong say those Crocs are so fucking cool.
Dude, as a guy who was like down with marketing, when I saw those, I was just like, oh my God, they're going to sell out of those. So like, I was like, you watch 3-4 months from now, those are going to be on eBay for like 5 times that they were purchased for. As
That's
somebody who looks at that shit, I was just like, oh my God, gonna be massive. I was like, brilliant fucking marketing. Just like how brilliant it was for the Anaheim Ducks, the opening night giveaway
For the
was
mask.
that Wild Wing mask. And not only did they give it out, but then they sold it to anybody who wanted one across the
And
country.
That's how you fucking do it.
Exactly.
That's how you're supposed to do it. Because for the game at Levi's, those jerseys, as crazy as they were readily available all throughout the. I think it came out like in December to jump on the Christmas sales.
All right.
And through February, they had a boatload of them. And yes, that they have to sell them at like $20 to $50 at a clearance sale. Sure, but it's
Do you know how many
fashion
fucking
statement.
people would buy like gray or teal Crocs that had like little fucking fins on the do you know?
Oh, Reddit was all over it, saying, "Why can't we have nice things like the Ducks?"
I'm saying it.
So
The Ducks fucking kill it. But to my point, if you go, I'm looking at it right now. Do I have the ability to share this by any
you
chance?
should be able to.
All right, let's
There should be
see
like
if I can share this shit.
There should be a mic,
Oops.
camera, wrench, and then share your screen.
Hold on. Share screen.
And then you just pick up.
I
the
think I
window.
got it. And again, I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to like blow anybody out of the water. I'm not trying to piss anybody off, but I'm also trying to like call out like it is what it is. I'm sorry, but selling a T-shirt, I don't care what the fuck is on it. I don't care if Mona Lisa is on it. I don't care what the artwork is.
It's a great design.
It's see, and I even think that's debatable. I look at the design and I go, it's very WWE, and
Sure.
and I'm quite sure that there is a market for that.
Yes.
You could put, I don't know, like I'm trying to think. For me, what do I think is the coolest thing ever? Like, I love the original Sharks logo. Love it. Absolutely. Can't get enough of the original Sharks logo, the crest. I like that. And I go, I would put that on a shirt and I go, would I still pay $125 for? I could put my own face on the front. Would I pay $120? No. Like, I
Right.
try to think of what I would think is the coolest artwork ever to be ever put on a T-shirt. What would make me spend $125 on a T-shirt or $150 on a long sleeve shirt or so help me $240 on a fucking hoodie that the graphic is that cool that I would spend $204, and if we're being honest, you throw in the tax and anything, $250,000.
Yeah.
I wouldn't spend that on like concert tickets.
No.
And so, and again, it's like, and I'm not sitting here trying to shit on the Sharks.
Nope.
Specifically. They're not the only ones who do this. Other teams do this. Bands do this at concerts. I'm just using the Sharks as an example. I don't understand it. I won't understand it. Maybe it's just a generation that's younger than me. I don't get it.
I don't get it, but I just in this economy right now, how can you afford it?
In this economy?
I know I sound like a politician there. My
No,
bad.
I love that.
But-
But the thing is I think about it, dude. I have a jersey hanging in that hoodie was $240, right?
Yeah.
$240. I have a hoodie, or I'm sorry, I have a jersey from that I purchased between the 16-17 season that was game worn by Brendan Dillon that I paid $225 for.
Yeah.
Less than that hoodie. It was worn by a player. It has the first time that the Sharks have ever, or the 25th patch.
Yep. 15, 16. Yep.
Yeah, it has that awesome diamond 25th patch on there. And that was still less than a hoodie
Yeah.
that has, I don't know, what looks to, again, And the thing is, if that Lotus guy is like an amazing artist, fantastic. I'd never heard of the guy. But again,
then again, not everything is for
not
us.
everything is for me. And I totally respect that. I totally get that. But again, I go back to the point of show me the thing. Like I'm dying to see the thing on a hoodie that I would see some sort of imagery, a screen print artwork on a hoodie that would sit there and make me go, I am so into that. I'm going to pay $250 for it.
Yeah. No, not crazy. But again, this kind of relates to my other part of this is that when you're paying a lot of money, you want to make sure you get spot on. Case in point, you see Yaro's jersey.
Hold on. Are you trying to say that there's a problem with this? Because
No. There's nothing wrong with this.
Well, I was going to say,
Okay.
it looks pretty fucking solid so far.
That looks beautiful. All right.
Chef's kiss.
All right. Now, and I'm going to shout out.
Here we go.
I'm going to shout out Michael Molasses because he finally got his jersey back.
My Mo.
That's what he got in return.
What in the fuck?
So the numbers are correct. I'll give you that.
I was going to say, no, it ain't that's standing out for me. It's the fucking nameplate.
Yeah, and that's the tough part.
Now tell me that's not a FAP.
No, that's not a FAP. It's a premium.
Okay.
But it was sent off.
Dude, those ain't the right letters.
No, and I noticed it on Friesen Smith and McLaren at their night.
And where did he get this made at?
It was sent off when he bought the jersey.
Well, do we know where this was sent off to?
Not Action Spot. To from what I hear, Homegirl.
Really? Wow, that's wow.
So
okay.
So that, and I was kind of waiting, like, let's make sure we get the lettering right here because I know that's
because it's a very specific font, and when done correctly,
absolutely,
it looks so amazing.
Yeah. So
wow,
not trying to do it, but when you're paying like
when you're paying a premium for this shit,
you wanted to get it right.
Yeah, and again, it's like I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus for anything.
No. We love a lot of people that but when you're paying that much,
when you're paying Mercedes prices, you don't expect a Yugo vehicle.
Yeah.
I'm just, and I would think anybody that works for any team, whether it's the Sharks, the 49ers, the Predators, I don't care what the fucking Manchester United, don't care what team you work for. I don't care what job you have. When you are being asked to pay for quality, if you don't get it, you're going to be upset.
Yeah, exactly.
And I would hope that if somebody bought that Askarov jersey from a Sharks owned, outlet, and that was the quality they got back, I would hope that the Sharks said, that's not good enough. We're going to fix that. And whoever we signed up to do that, we're getting rid of them because that's not up to our standard of quality.
Or fix it and get it corrected.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
All right.
So we still didn't even finish our stock down.
We didn't?
No. we Klingberg, and then we went down like the rabbit hole of products.
Of jerseys,
for me, Toffoli is on my stock down only because and I've seen a lot of people when I've kind of got on, they're like, well, dude, he looks like he could be fighting some things. Maybe he's not 100%. To which my response is, if you're not 100%, get off the fucking ice.
Right. No, I get it.
So we already have that. So this week, and I want to say I had one or two other things, but I'm going to let it go. Oh, dude. Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
We haven't even talked about the Barracuda had a good week this week.
Yeah, let's get to it.
But, well, hold on.
Oh, okay, or not.
Before that, we're going to get to this week. So the Sharks this week, they're going to play at Colorado the day before Turkey Day. Then Black Friday versus Vancouver at home. And then make a quick pop over to Vegas. How much do you want to bet that the boys are like, I'm a little nervous about that game against Vancouver because I feel like it's Black Friday. It's a 1:00 start. I feel like they're going to be like, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. Like, play the game, get on the fucking plane so they can go to Vegas, fuck off Friday night, and then, oh, yeah, we got to play against the Golden Knights Saturday. Yeah, sure, whatever, but we're going to party on Friday. I am nervous about that fucking game. I'm not going to lie.
So a couple of things. One, the only thing that Will, Mac, and Sam can do, or probably just walk around and go to the Taco Bell cantina.
If you think that the boys are going to get ID checked, you are very wrong.
I think Uncle Tyler and Uncle Ryan are going to be like, no, guys, you guys are going to come over to my house, to my chalet.
They might
chalet
even set
Reeves.
up a room where they bring in like a professional dealer. I've seen it happen. And I'm telling you right now, I went to Vegas when I was 20. Nobody carded me. I played my ass off.
But first, Friday afternoon, 1:00, it's the first game against the Canucks of Vander Kane versus Ryan Reeves.
Okay, that could be fun.
I'm just saying, I'm probably getting my tickets after this game, after we're done.
All right.
So
that could be fun.
So, but man, if they were to go undefeated this week, I think the hype starts getting a little bit bigger, dude.
So again, and I hate the term small sample size, but
right.
no. Let's get to Christmas and see where they are. I love how they have treated so far the month of November, but my memory is enough that I remember October. As quickly as they've flipped the switch to November, it could very easily flip the other way.
Sure.
I need to see a little bit more of this, but yeah, God damn it, they fucking continue this, and them and Anaheim about. Dude, they could flip the entire script. How funny would it goddamn be if we come into April and Edmonton is trying to fight for a fucking playoff spot, trying to get in between Anaheim, San Jose, and Vegas. How fucking dude, McDavid would be like 2 years too long on that contract. He only signed a 2-year extension.
Right.
And he would be pissed off.
Right. But here's the other thing. When's the last time we've gone, and crazy to say this deep because we're like a little over a quarter of the way. When's the last time you looked at the standings this deep into the season and say the San Jose Sharks have more wins than the Vegas Golden Knights?
Oh, it's been a while. How funny would that be? No. How funny would that be? This is the thing. Okay, I'm gonna say it right now.
I got him going, gang.
All right, I'm gonna say it right now. Clip this. For those that Chris, if you're still watching, you motherfucker, clip this shit right now. Get ready. Here we go. If the Sharks, this is the 25-26 hockey season. If the Sharks make the playoffs and the Vegas Golden Knights do not, both myself and Jules will do the very first playoff show wearing a Grinch outfit. Absolutely. And I will try to do my best to find one where it's not a green Grinch. It'll be a gold one. Just saying, clip that shit now, put it in your back pocket, remind me of that shit on St. Patrick's Day when the Sharks are still nibbling at it and Vegas is like, oh, fuck, what's happening?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do me a favor. All right. Bring on the Barracuda, baby.
I just so want this team to make the playoffs between you and Jules alone. All right. Onward to the CUDA. Okay, we're going to start to pick this thing up here because the Barracuda are practically the best team.
Yeah, where the fuck did that come from?
They've figured it out, dude. They went 3-0 this week. They are now 10-5, 1-1.
But that's the whole thing. They're like the Sharks. It took them a month to figure it out, and all of a sudden, boom, they're just going to win games.
Yeah. A 5-4 overtime victory. Quentin Musty with a pair of goals. You go with Colin White, who got his fifth. Wallstrom's been on a roll too. Ethan Cardwell as well. Power play didn't do too much, but the PK did a really good on this end. Gabriel Carrier was 22 saves on 26 shots, but the Barracuda led going to the third, but they gave up the lead, needing extra time to finish off the goals.
Dude, Chernyshov sitting there, 15 points in 17 games.
That's crazy.
And I sit there and I go, geez, man, that sounds familiar. Who is this boy? Oh, that's right, Misa. Dude, when Misa gets healthy enough to skate again, somebody on the forward line for the Sharks is getting the fucking Spanish Archer. Like, somebody getting traded up in here. Like, good Lord. I loves me some Chernyshov. Colin White right now is a point per game player. Now, granted, AHL, NHL, very different animals.
Absolutely.
But good Lord, you want to see if you're going to make it to the end, you're going to dominate the A. Oh, I love that.
Yep.
And then you've got, see, this is the whole thing that I'm dying to see. This is the story. Let's just say it right now, kids. Sunday night, what is it? November 23rd. This is the story. Pay attention, people. Over the next 24 to 48 hours, here is the story for the San Jose Sharks. Iorio, he's done with his rehab stint. He cannot play another game for the Barracuda. He is done. He has to play for the Sharks after this, or he has to be put on waivers.
Right.
And over the last 7 games that he's had for the Barracuda, you think nobody's going to pick him up? Oh, he's getting picked the fuck up. That is the story over the next couple of days.
Yep.
What the hell is going to happen with Vinny?
Yep.
And you see the way, I was going to say, you see the way that Klingberg has played. You've seen the way that Letty has played. Greer, I don't give a shit. Find me at Whole Foods, motherfucker. Like to quote Haley Williams, I don't give a fuck. Find me at Whole Foods. Greer, get rid of one of these fucking guys. I don't care if it's Letty or Klingberg. But move them for not even a bag of pucks, just one. A half a puck. I don't care. Get Oreo up here. He is part of the future. These guys aren't. Bring Vinny up. He's done with his rehab stint. Boom. Boom.
Shakalaka.
Dude. Cagnoni, 0.88 points per game.
Mm-hmm.
You've got guys that are so waiting. They're nibbling at the bit. I'm waiting for, now, okay, and this is the other thing I will say. Last month, I've been one of the biggest Barclay Goodrow haters on the planet because I will stick to my guns. For his contract, length, and money, completely overpaid. But over the last week-ish or so, has lived up to it a little bit. Still, I will stick to my guns. Completely overpaid, both term and money. But I like what he's done. It still does not take away anything from the fact that the pipeline is so fucking full. I don't care if you want to say Colin White, Chernyshov, Musty, Beasted, Cardwell's already up there. There are some, pieces here and there that are ready to go. And we're not even talking about the guys that are injured right now that could come back. So I'm just saying, November so far, we still got like a week left.
Yeah.
November has been so much fun if you are a San Jose hockey fan.
Absolutely. This has been the most fun month in quite some time for.
Dude, I can't remember the last time
Sharks
I had this much fun as both a Sharks and Cuda fan over the last 10 years.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Fucking love it.
Then that That game was on Wednesday. By the way, love the idea of renting out a movie theater and having a watch party there for the CUDA. Love
Yes.
that was awesome.
Did I see some Star Wars shit today or yesterday?
Saturday. On
Was
Friday,
that Saturday? Oh, okay, cool.
Friday it was Pucks and Paws.
Oh, love that. Love it when they hit the ding dong sounder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Barracuda win 5-3 over the Abbotsford Canucks. You had Wallstrom with a power play goal, Jimmy Huntington with a power play goal, Pavel Regenda, don't call me Remenda, with a pair of goals, Chernyshov.
But all the for the most part, the names that you're naming off, not the big ones. It's very much team effort. Love it.
Right. I mean,
But Chernyshov did have a game.
Yeah, he had a goal and an assist in that one. You know, Kenyoni had an assist, or he's got it listed twice. Pair of assists, excuse me. Pair of assists, but still, it was just a crazy one.
Chernyshov had like a decent week, but the previous week, holy shit, he had a week to write home about. So
right.
Chernyshov keeps it going. That's my whole thing, is that when Misa is healthy, oh man, if you're a Shark and you're a forward,
get scared.
Dude, you better stay healthy, because there's a dude in the wings that is about ready. What was that meme, or what is that? You about to lose your job. That's what that is.
Yeah, Barracuda scored 2 power play goals in the first. Kasper Halttunen delivers a late hit at the end of the period, which ended up on the right side. I think Ian's got this for us.
Very nice. Thank you.
Yeah, and then confetti gloves, and then
that's gonna hurt.
That's gonna cause a lot of chaos there.
That's gonna leave a mark.
Yeah. The hit, as Ian's saying, the hit itself isn't super bad. Just late, I can see why the Canucks would jump all over it. Jonathan Lekaramaki just returned from injury and is their best player, with who the Abbotsford Canucks have left. Go ahead.
You know what? And this is my bad. This is something that I should have had listed on the stock up. I can't believe I'm going to say this. You know what? This week, stock up, Ryan fucking Reeves.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that you're making me like you pisses me off to no end. I'm telling you, dude, when I saw whoever it was that nailed Ferraro, and then like it took a period for the bell to be rung, for the opportunity to present itself. But then Ryan Reeves, Halligan, what the fuck guy's name
Hodgson.
was? Dude, fed him his lunch, stuffed him in the locker for what he did. And I was just like, this is what I wanted to see from John Scott.
Yep.
But, back in the day.
Or even Michael Haley, for that matter, I guess.
Yes. And so the fact that Ryan Reeves, it's like, I look at him, I'm like, man, stop making me love you. Because this is exactly what the Sharks have needed. This is the guy that, and I know Celebrini mentioned this early on, and I was at first I was kind of like, I'm not really seeing it, but with Reeves out there, and I'm fully on record from the season opener where I was like, oh my God, isn't Reeves like searching for the silver stick? Like he might hit that shit next year. It ain't gonna be this year, but it might be next year. But I will tell you right now, if Greer handed him a 1-year extension right now, I wouldn't be mad at it. Not at all. I would love to see Reeves, because Celebrini, like, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago, Celebrini or Smith, it was very much kind of like, hey man, when Reeves is on the bench, like, we stand a little taller, the dicks are a little bigger, the shots have a little more behind them.
Yes.
Like, like, holy fuck. And it's like, yeah, I want that out of a guy. That you're telling me that there is a guy, the one guy that you can put on the bench that is going to just make everybody be like, I don't want to say play with reckless abandon, but it gives them a little more edge to their game, where they're like, yeah, do something, motherfucker. I dare you, because we got a guy over here that's going to smack you upside the head. Like, mwah.
Okay. So the couple of things here. One,
You are not Jeff Odgers.
no, but Puck Mom, she's watched the last couple games here.
And
I'm
it
gonna
pisses
have
me
to
off
end
that
up.
I like this guy.
Oh, I know. Same here. I'm like fucking can't stand it. But I knew, I knew
I want to see
when
the
I saw
first guy
this.
at the tank that's wearing a Reeves jersey.
Oh, there's a couple, but trust me, I Black Friday is coming. Mom doesn't have the current jersey. That's who she wants on the back of it.
Good for her.
Yeah. But
Man.
we got to talk about this. This is uber spicy, and I'm loving this.
Full screen.
Okay. Full screen. So Spencer Lazare, retweets over the fight between Reeves and Hodgson.
Which again was Reeves feeding him his lunch.
Right. And he said, would have been nice to see him do this last season.
Now, okay.
Wait.
Yeah, go ahead.
Until someone by the name of our great Randy Hahn said, well, Spencer, Chief wouldn't play him. Hard to check bombs from the press box, but the Leafs are tough enough, right? Boom! By freaking drop by the GOAT, Randy Hahn. Come on.
No, I enjoy that Randy is a bomb thrower. I'm down with that. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I didn't see this. There was more?
Yeah, there was.
Can you show the reply or no?
I could see.
Oh, shit. What the fuck? Oh, yeah, that was exactly my point, Randy. Fair enough. It went like a dig on Revo to me. No, I'm a bit of a Reeves fan. Okay, so see, now everybody, the last two respond, all of a sudden they got real Canadian. Like all of a sudden it's like, oh, Surrey. Oh, I'm Surrey too. I'm sorry, Surrey. Yeah, I got real Canadian towards the end there. But here's the thing that baked my fucking noodle. Roll up on the guy's keep going. There you go. Yeah, click on that fucking guy's handle. What does that say? Site editor, Blue Jackets, San Jose Sharks, Utah. So to me, that sounds as if he is getting paid by the San Jose Sharks to do editing for their site, to manage their website. Mm-hmm. So I sit there and I'm like, well, wait a minute. This, you're going to sit there and say he's throwing bombs, but the Sharks are paying him money to edit their site?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Something seemed a little hinky.
It just needs to be adjusted on there.
I don't know. Like something seemed just a scotch hinky on that. I don't know.
Either
weird.
way. But I love
some
Honor, some spicy Honor.
Everybody loves a spicy Honor, and I'll be the first to admit, like I don't think that Randy Hahn holds me. I don't think he has a very high opinion of me. I think Randy Hahn thinks that I could fall off this planet. He was like, yeah, it's fine. Like I feel like I've got a good rapport with Drew Remenda, but I don't think that I have a good rapport with Randy Hahn, and I will tell you why. I think that this opinion exists because I was a massive. First off, I have a very loud voice. I'm very vocal and opinionated. Yeah, I'm very opinionated, and I was very, shall we say, outspoken and upset when Drew Remenda's contract was not renewed, and I may have directed some of that vitriol towards Randy. And that should not have happened. And when I sent it that way, I didn't mean it towards him because obviously he's not the one to make that call. But I was literally screaming at anybody that had any type of, if I thought they were getting paid by the Sharks, I was just like, bring back Drew. Like I was very, like, Argh!
I think John Turturro still has nightmares.
Yeah, John Turturro is probably still like, what the fuck? So yeah. Anyway, but you know what? I'm never going to apologize for that. Never ever. And you know what the really funny thing? You want a little piece of inside baseball?
Are we
Like,
allowed to share this right now?
I don't know that I've ever told this to anybody.
Because I was going to contact him this week to talk to us, but
I don't know that I've ever told this to anybody, and I don't think I'm like letting any weird cat out of the bag. But this is how like invested I was. Because I've been following this team for 32 fucking years. I've been on a podcast for 10 years. I love Drew Remenda. I love what he brings to the fucking show. And I was really pissed off, not only that they let him go, but when I was told why. He was too critical. Fuck you. Don't fucking kill a guy's career because he was too critical. Oh, you mean honest? How dare this person tell the truth? So I was pretty pissed off about that. And they brought in Jamie Baker. Now, Jamie Baker, I will absolutely say, at first I was kind of like, he's fine. He's not Drew. Yeah, he's not Drew. And to Jamie's credit, and this is what I absolutely adore about Jamie Baker, is I had a discussion with him, not on air. It was a very quiet discussion with him. And he straight up told me, he goes, oh, that first year? He's like, I was walking through fire.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I had to walk through fire on glass that nobody, everybody loved Drew. Right. Like, it was going to take me forever to win people over. But it was just like, I just have to be me. I can't try to be Drew 2.0.
Can't try to be anybody else, yeah.
And and Jamie absolutely won me over during that time.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh my God. Then when it came time, how many years was Jamie here with Randy? Like 4 or 5 years?
Like
6 years?
6 years, I believe.
It was a good stretch, and he came into his own without a doubt. Would have loved to have heard the Ottawa feed last night with Jamie on. Wish I would have been there last night. Would have loved to have said hi to the guy. But Jamie, the coolest thing was when Jamie decided he was no longer going to be a part of the Sharks broadcast, the first thing that popped in my head, and again, Jamie won me over. Absolutely adored Jamie Baker and what he brought to the broadcast. I thought he did a incredible job of stepping into some of the biggest shoes in hockey broadcasting.
Right.
And I'll tell you, I fucking Googled and I'm like, what is Hasso Plattner's email address? And I fucking found his email address and I'm like, so as a massive lifelong Sharks fan, I see that Jamie Baker is leaving the broadcast. This is the perfect opportunity, and I'm paraphrasing, this is the perfect opportunity for you to get the fuck over yourself and bring back huge fan favorite Drew Remenda, right? And again, I'm paraphrasing. It's not exactly what I said, but I wrote that. And then I came to find out like a week or so later that, let's just say I came to find out that Hasso read that.
No.
That's what I was told. But anyway, little bit, not long after that, Drew made his way back in like small doses. And then, and I was just like, I'm not here to take credit for it, but I'm not going to not take credit for it.
That's AJ Strong, everyone.
I'm just saying, loves me some Remenda. I could listen to Remenda all day long. He was even when he talks about his silly UFC shit, I'll still listen to him.
On that note,
what's that? What's this? John heard Bakes on the Senators radio network for yesterday. Dude, he You talk about a guy who every year gets better and better and better. I so miss him. You want to talk the only way that the Sharks broadcast could be better is if it was Remenda and Hahn on TV and Ruzi and Bakes on radio all the time. That's the and that, my friend, would make they are both so good at doing both that Bakes and Remenda could swap TV or radio and nobody would be like, oh, I miss the other guy. It would very much be like, oh, hey, nice to hear a different perspective. Love this. Where I'm telling you, you go and look at Reddit, you go and look at Twitter. By the third game, people were like, oh my God, Jamal Mears is so annoying. He doesn't say anything worth listening to. Like they were just raking him. And I got to say, I listened to him. There are certain guys that they have the gift of gab, but there are certain guys, they can do the pre-post intermission thing fine, can't do color, or they can do color okay, but they're not great at pre-post intermission. Jamal is one of those guys where pre-post intermission, he's fine. Color guy, yikes.
But as we've seen with, like, say, TJ Oshie this year on ESPN.
Holy
Hang on.
crap,
Hang on.
was he horrible.
Hang
but
on.
Go ahead.
That being said, I thought Jamal has gotten better. And definitely better.
Hold on. Better at what?
Better at analyzing. I thought he was a little nervous at first, which I totally get. And he's definitely did some radio with Ruzi last year, and I think he did a game this year. I thought TV side maybe a little nervous to do that, and that's fine. He's got to get his reps in.
You have to get your reps in.
So
I get that. So my point being, along with TJ Oshie, Jamal Mears, why the fuck are you calling Sharks games? Why aren't you on Barracuda games?
Well, Oshie's national, so that's
no, and
that's
I get that, but that's my point. Is when you were a hockey player, you didn't go from like being in high school to being an NHLer. There were steps that you took to get where you were, and even when you made the NHL, you were still who was the cat that pulled like the back oh my God, who was the back that pulled, or who was the guy who pulled the back of Sean Avery's jersey and said, you don't speak to Mr. Sakic that way? Brett Hull, right?
Sure.
It was Brett Hull that grabbed the back of Sean Avery's jersey, pulled him back onto the bench and said, you don't speak to Mr. Sakic that way. You have to, even though Sean Avery was in the NHL, he still had to earn his spot. And I feel like there are players in the NHL that they're just, because they played in the NHL, they're just given a spot to do analysis. And there are some guys there are a lot of people that from what I've heard, think Jody Shelley is fantastic at what he does, doing the analysis thing. And that's great. I would love that. I heard TJ Oshie. I thought he was fucking horrible. I thought he was monotone. It was very much kind of like, did you see that? So did I. Back to you. It was very much that. And I've always been, at least with football, tell me I'm wrong. It feels like the bigger or the better player you are, the worse you are at TV. Because, dude, Joe Montana was fucking horrible.
Yeah, he wasn't the best. Bill Walsh was okay.
He was still like iffy. Brent Jones was kind of iffy.
Mm-hmm. We won't talk about George Seifert. I don't even think he lasted a season on CBS.
Yeah.
I digress. We should move on. Let's get back to the
fuck out of here.
Well, no, we still have plenty more to go.
Oh, shit, really?
What
else is to talk about?
The Barracuda also won on Saturday on Star Wars night, 4-3 over the Abbotsford Canucks. Another game where the special teams did a lot of the work. The Canucks would open the scoring in the first with the power play goal. In the second, the Barracuda would jump on to a 3-1 lead on 2 power play goals of their own. The Barracuda will open up the third with a shorthand goal by I guess we can call him your future boy, Igor Chernyshov. Unfortunately, on the same power play, the Canucks would pull back within one.
Dude, I'm on. Somebody again, cut this clip right now. Chernyshov does not join the Sharks until Misa's healthy. We got to have that Saginaw connection, baby.
I would love that. Unfortunately, on the same power play, they would get back. Kirill Kudryavtsev would get his first of the season on a even strength to tie the game up. But I love this move, and Ian, I'm glad you were able to clip it. The move that Beastet puts on in overtime here to win the game for the Cuda, that was pretty nice.
Blew it right fucking through him. Whoa, what the fuck? Oh,
Star
took
Wars
me a minute
Night.
to understand the jersey they were wearing. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, Star Wars Night.
Star Wars Night. They were dressed as the Mandalorian.
And Randy Hahn just tweeting right now, retweeting Brody putting out my Sharks recap with Drew, and then Randy retweeting on top of it. Excellent content creating. I think there's part of that is like, you're doing a great job, Brody, and then I also think that's a little bit of Randy going, sure. You know what I mean?
Or you just saw your entire talk just now.
No, but I also love this. This is my can I share my camera? You can see me, right?
Yes.
So Spit and Chicklets. Name the most random NHL player you can think of, and Brody put Curtis Brown.
Of course he did.
Dude, he won't let it go, man. Brody will not let it go.
Oh my god. Stock up, stock down for the Barracuda. Up, of course, definitely Oliver Wahlstrom, 4 goals in 3 games. A big part of why the power play has been great this week. Colin White, I don't know if he's been getting a shout enough out at this point with guys like Chernyshov and Musty going off. He deserves it, though. He has been the Barracuda's most consistent player this year, and I'll definitely agree with what Ian's saying there. However, stock down for the Cuda, PK. 62.3% is the worst in the AHL. Ian saying he still has concerns about goaltending, but probably not the week for those given the record.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
Let's see a couple things left.
Yeah.
Let's see. So Eric Polkamp attending Spangler Cup?
Yep. Yeah. It was announced back in October, but Eric Polkamp will be attending the Spangler Cup on the U.S. Collegiate Selects team, joining also Jody Moldoni. So we talked about Klingberg. We talked about KMBR.
I like Sharks Heritage jerseys are virtually sold out.
Yes.
Again, we talked about the fact that they're selling scarcity. If you see something that you want now, you better fucking buy it.
You better have a good paying job, right? Unfortunately.
What are you going to do?
Well, I'll skip. One day we'll get to pardon the contradiction for sure.
I have to script it correctly. We'll get there.
Okay. Former Sharks goaltender and current member of the Sabres organization, Alexander Georgiev, has been placed on waivers for contract termination. He is set to join Spartak Moscow, the KHL, which is disappointing because he should be a member of the China Sharks / Shanghai Dragons, where all the former Sharks go to.
Speaking of which, did you see the video a couple days ago that I think Snipe City posted, where it was the Shanghai drag or whatever, and they were like, okay, we got to recognize our dude or blah, blah, blah. And it was like a fucking 50-second video, and it was like, watch till the end. You'll never guess who the last person in the video is. And they handed out the fucking player of the game to Kevin LeBanc. And the coach is
Gerard Gallant.
Yeah, your favorite blue coat, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. This week for the Barracuda, they play home to Calgary on Wednesday, and then they have a big weekend series at Colorado Friday and Saturday. Significant increase in schedule difficulty for the Barracuda this week.
Whoa. So next week, the Barracuda are playing Colorado.
Yes.
And the Sharks this Wednesday are playing
at Colorado.
Colorado.
Yes. So if you're a Colorado Sharks fan, you are loving it this week. And let's be
You're
honest,
like, Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday.
right? And Colorado's in first in the Pacific. Cooter are number 2.
Ooh.
So it's something to look out for on that. And with that, that brings us to a close to our Pucknologist Marathon. Do you have any famous last words, my friend?
What, were you kidding? Well, did I not say enough over the last 3.5 hours? What the fuck?
Without a break. I mean,
No, I did. No, I think I'm good. I just want to see the Sharks over the last, because we got like 7.5-ish days left in this month. I want to see the Sharks continue this. You said Colorado on Wednesday, Vancouver on Friday. What's the game on
at
Saturday?
Vegas on Saturday.
And then at Vegas on Saturday. So, look, Colorado is considered like, pretty decent team, as is Vegas. Vancouver, say they're still trying to like figure out what's going on with Demko and blah, blah, blah. Either way, if the Sharks between now and next Sunday, if the Sharks can go ahead and pull 3 points out of 6 coming up, I think that's like, well, hell, it's better than they would have done last year.
Yep.
Now, if they can pull 4 out, of course, chef's kiss. Anything above that, you're just like, fucking A. But yeah, if they can pull around 3 points, if they can just, 500 points wise, I think we're all like going, yep, because if we're all being 100 on this, the Sharks were pretty much like out of a playoff position by Thanksgiving last year.
Yep.
So the fact that this Thursday is Thanksgiving and we're actually talking about playoff, the fact that we're actually even bringing that up, which I think is silly. I don't think you should say the P word until after Valentine's Day, particularly for the Sharks. Let's just see consistency from this team. Let's see. If you want to sit there and say win 2, lose 1, win 2, lose 1, win 2, something like that. Let's see some consistency, but also let's see, and I said this last year, the year before, how many times did the Sharks lose games by 1 goal that they either were tied or had the lead in the third period last year? And this is what I said at the beginning of the season preview this year. This is the year that they were going to be on the victorious side of that. They were going to win these games. And so far they have been. So continue doing that. Asgaroff, keep doing whatever it is you're doing.
Said by Joe Pavelski.
Yes. Well, keep doing that shit. My only thing, and I think you would agree with this, and everybody else on Teal Town would agree with this, I don't have a problem with the goaltending. I don't have a problem with the forward position. I have a problem with the blue line. Fix it. Get her done. And there are pieces that are sitting at Tech CU that can help you with that. So there you go.
And he's at AJ Strong. I'm at Puck Guy 14. Before we
Are you not respecting my underscore?
Oh, excuse me. Respect the underscore.
Yeah.
AJ underscore.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. I will put respect to this as well. This is the standings right now.
And you look at that and you think about those first 2 games of the season where they literally had the lead the entire time until the end.
They'd be in first place right now.
No, they'd be tied, right? Oh no, because it was Anaheim. And, they
lost
a
point.
Place.
They gave 2 to Anaheim. They gave 2 to Vegas.
Yeah, holy fuck! Do you understand how many Wyszynskis would be losing their bet right now?
Oh my gosh! Yes. Yeah, no, it would be crazy. I mean, this is kind of where I was hoping they would be in the thick of it, playoff was. I didn't expect it to be like right there, but I mean,
So right now, if you
Yes.
had to call it,
oh gosh,
just just pull a number out of your ass. Where do you think the Sharks? What number do you think the Sharks are going to draft at?
oh crap.
I have a number in my head. Out of 32, and I'm
12.
gonna put this out to everybody in the chat
Yeah.
right now. Put in your numbers where you think the Sharks are going to draft at.
Yeah, I would say 12, but they
And
get
it's
lucky
funny.
like the Islanders.
It's funny you say that because in my mind I had 13.
Nice.
But what is okay? So Paul says
Paul thinks
17.
Which would mean a playoff spot.
Yeah, that's true. I have it just outside of the bubble. What, 30th? How rude. How
30
rude. You
no,
think you're going to do
30th?
that? No, I'm saying you're how rude do you think they're going to do that well? And like somebody screen cap that so we can make fun of you in 5 months.
Or be like, you know what? He was right. I can't believe we made
Yeah,
the
that's
Western
the other
Conference
thing.
final.
If you end up being right, we're going to be like, "Oh my god." And so John's here to give us the fucking lottery numbers. One, because
Brisbee.
because they're jumping up in the. All right.
Oh, that would
again,
be chaos.
Screen cap that. That's a good one.
That would be chaos if they won.
But I
the
like
draft.
you have 12. I had 13. John's stuff has 14.
Yep.
But yeah, I think they're going to be in the mushy middle. 6, 7. Okay, ban him. Fuck off.
Nice one, Knights. That's funny.
Yeah, I
Is
don't
our
know.
Is
Yeah,
our
is it
pick
gonna
really
be
good?
bad?
That's the
That's
question
a
here.
great bet. We're gonna have to. You know what? We're gonna have to do that between now and Christmas and New Year's. We're gonna have to bring Hockey Jerk on, and we're gonna have our betting show where we just throw out some bets and just have some good times.
I swear you guys listen to my ideas. I
Oh,
love
did
it.
you say something like that?
No, I've said like for years, like, okay, we could have Jerk do like a little segment like that on like prognostications and such.
We would, but he doesn't like Ian, so it's okay.
But okay. And apparently the guy was at the game. He had the Jerk bump tonight.
Shit happens. All right, wrap it up, buddy.
All right. In case you missed anything, where do you want to watch this again? All 2.5 hours. Check us out on tealtownusa.com or wherever you get your podcast. The audio version will be up a little bit later on this evening. But of course, if you're watching the show, thank you very much. Click that like button, click that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to let you know when we do go on the air after every single Sharks game. And if the news breaks, we will do our best to be on.
Fix it.
Yes,
We'll fix it.
And we'll fix it too. But thanks for watching. Sharks win over the Boston Bruins. And until then, keep it real, keep it teal, keep it real teal. We'll see you next Sunday night for Pucknologists. That's where I was going. Wednesday following Sharks and Avalanche. Hey, have a great Thanksgiving. If we don't see you then, enjoy your night, everyone. Enjoy your night, everyone. There we go.